Well, welcome to slightly shambolic SMMT reviews, and a little bit of a departure from the channel. We like to occasionally have our fun though. This is a 2022 Toyota GR Supra 3-litre manual, and it costs around £53,500, which I don't know, seems pretty good value to me, to be honest. I'm here with Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel, who's helping me film today. We're at the SMMT South Test Day at Oakley Hall near Basingstoke, and we have driven a few cars today, but this is the first sort of kind of luxury sports car we tried, and it certainly is very nice. The Mark 1 Callaghan Supra, which was the sort of predecessor of this car, came out in the 1970s, so Supra name's been around for a really long time. This is the Mark 5 Supra, based on a BMW platform, and this manual version has just been launched this year. But I addressed one of the main criticisms of the car, I think, with this manual gearbox. When the Supra came out in 2019, it was only available with this engine and a 8-speed ZF automatic. This gearbox apparently has been jointly developed by Toyota and ZF, and it feels really nice. The thing is, this car's got less than 3,000 miles on the clock, so it still feels a little bit stiff to me, but that probably will loosen up as time goes by. 0 to 60 in this car, it's about 5 seconds. Top speed, highly illegal. Maybe find that out on the bowl at Millbrook Testing Ground. That's the best place for that. But let's get onto the public road here, and unbelievably, viewers, I was not exceeding the speed limit there. I think I hit 49 at one stage, but it's very, very fast, and you can feel the rear wheel drive straight away. So the base Toyota Pro model costs just under £50,000. This one is the next one up, 3-litre manual non-pro, about 53,500, and then the manual Pro and the manual Pro Special Edition are a bit higher than that. The automatics top of the range at about 57,500. Right, I'll tell you what, we'll just kind of pull to one side here and get a bit of walk around of the car, because we haven't got this one for long. And once we've done that, we will come back and have some more absolutely ridiculous fun, which I'm sure that lots and lots of you also enjoy in cars like this. It's not every day on the channel, viewers, that we feature cars costing over £50,000, but having missed out on an opportunity to film this car in 2019 when they were first released, I think it's time I made up for those 3 years of lost time. So this is the 3-litre manual model. There's also a Pro manual, a Pro Special Edition manual, and also a 2-litre, which has an automatic gearbox, and 3-litre of an automatic gearbox. This costs about £53,495, and it has a 335 brake horsepower 6-cylinder engine. Fortunately, someone's thought fit to fit front and rear parking sensors to this, and a reversing camera, because you are going to need them. The manual version is new for this year. You'll note this is a 72 plate car, so it's absolutely brand new. Rear diffuser, I think, is actually active on this. Look at the size of these exhausts, bigger than the 2-litre version. I think, yes, most enjoyable fun can be had in this car. One of the things we need to do is have a look in the boot. You can use the key here to do that. There's also a button on the interior to do that in the driver's door. So my old Escort XR3i bag is in here. For this type of car, it's actually not as compromised as I thought it would be. think the boot size around sort of 200 litres. It's something like that. Not that it's probably the biggest consideration when you're buying one of these cars is how big the boot is, but yes, for a couple, obviously it's only a two-seater anyway, to fit their stuff in if they're going down to the south of France or something like that, which is very possible in a car like this. That looks fine. Obviously it's a hatchback, and looks like you can pass through luggage through there as well. If you need to put some skis in there or something like that, assuming then don't get in the way of the gear change or something, and I suppose you could do that. The lip though is very, very high. It's not really the car for the family man, this, but then if you're a family man and you have a Supra, presumably you've got something like a Corolla Sports Touring or something like that to put the family and the luggage in. Although one very lucky child, if they came with you, would be able to enjoy that 6-cylinder engine and some nice sounding exhausts. Let's not put the keys in the boot, that would be a bad idea. So if we get in, it's not the most elegant process, this. Taking in this incredibly kind of low body kit on here. Windows drop automatically when you open it up. So just got a manual seat in this, because this isn't the Pro model, it's just a normal manual one. That is one sporty position for driving. Tiny, tiny button down there for opening the boot. Just 2 electric windows in this, because you don't need any more than that. And it says welcome. Now this system might not be very familiar to people who have Toyotas, but if you have a BMW Z4, then it will seem very familiar. After all, this car is based on the same platform as the BMW Z4. That's really not a problem, particularly. It's interesting that Toyota have also collaborated with Subaru on the GT86, because, trying to build low volume sports cars in 2022 is difficult unless you've got a partner to be with. That's interesting. It's sort of semi-soft touch there. That's sort of semi-soft touch. It all feels very good. Oh, it's evidently BMW parts in here like this and that, and just generally the infotainment system and things. But I don't think it's a problem. I've used various types of BMW iDrive over the years, and if you are familiar with the system, it's a good system. There's no particular reason to get sort of too worried about it. There we go. We can just sort of use the twiddle wheel, media, menu, map, nav, back, and option. It's pretty simple. You don't even have to touch this screen when you're driving, which I think is a lot safer, to be honest. And trying to poke around the screen, take your eyes off it, and you can actually focus just by putting your eyes just down to the left a bit, rather than having to sort of use the finger at the same time. We haven't got a head-up display, which you get on the Pro models, which is fine for me. I don't think I need one of those, to be honest. In fact, I don't think I even need the 3-litre Supra. The 2-litre would be absolutely fine for me, with its 254 horsepower and its price tag of just under £50,000. Mind you, it's not that much to step up to this manual model. This is only about £4,000 more, and you get this manual gearbox as opposed to the auto that comes with the top model 3-litre and the 2-litre. So if we switch her on, just put the clutch down. Hope you can hear that noise, viewers. It's most agreeable. Next service apparently isn't due till 2024, which is nice. So we'll see if we can sort of look through some. Can I clear that thing with the door open, or do I have to close it? Yes. So. Infotainment mode, maybe. Yes, there we go. Apple CarPlay, excellent. DAB. Whoop. We need to turn that off, because otherwise we'll get copyright claims. No, thank you. Right, back to mode. Okay, so music collection. So you can't have too much in there then. That's all that happens, is it? Okay. Right, well that's it. Cruise control is just on here. For weather today in Basingstoke. Yes, we are in Basingstoke, viewers. And I can also see on here we've got dual zone climate control, which is very fancy. So we need to go down here. Just press the menu button. So we've got radio, communication, navigation. Let's look at the navigation system here. It's just like the old iDrive, just much, much fancier. My mother had two E91 BMW 3 Series Tourings, and they both had older systems of iDrive, but it's still, for a system that's about 10 years newer than either of those were, it's pretty good. Just so intuitive and easy to just flick between these different things. It's just so simple. It's not a problem. Let's have a look at my vehicle. Someone's got, so far, vehicle status, to see if we've got anything in here. Tyre pressure monitoring, that's good. Can we flick? Let's go back there. There we go. Oil life, vehicle messages, service requirements, vehicle status. That's what I wanted. No, I've just done that one. So, kinds of bits and pieces there, but it says, yeah, 25 miles per gallon, and I'm not improving that by running the engine, am I? But I need to just show you all these things, don't I? Communication, there we go. Just goes through the recent calls and manage mobile devices. Toyota Supra assistance. Right. Just turn the engine off for a second. I don't want to waste fuel. Fuel's expensive at the moment. I've got a sport button here. Why on earth you'd need a sport button with 335 horsepower? I don't know, but possibly you do. Safety systems. Yeah, we've got all kinds of sort of modern suite of safety features on here, which you'd expect from a car like this. Electronic handbrake. I'm not a massive fan of electronic handbrakes for any years, but there's probably no provision just even in this centre console to fit a normal handbrake. That's probably why it's an electronic one, but it's got a manual gearbox in here. I'm very grateful that we have. See if the secret mission documents I have go in the glove box. Make sure we put the bookmark in before we do that. No. I don't know why I even imagine, viewers, that would go in, but we live in hope, don't we? You can see there that yes, you can pass things through from the back. Sort of storage there, cup holders. Actually, this cup holders don't even get in the way when you're changing gear because they're quite far back, so that's quite good. Big sort of solid transmission tunnel for this rear-wheel drive car, which is something that you would expect. I'm not sure I'm that keen on all the digital instruments. I'll just turn it on again, just have a look at them again. I don't need to actually start the engine, but hopefully... Oh. That's annoying. Okay, so yeah, it's a digital speedo, and that tells you which gear you're in and things. Might rev it up a little bit as well for you, as well as we're here. Oh, it's got a little pendant throttle pedal like on the older BMWs. Oh. Right, viewers, I'm going to take a look at the engine now before I get too excited. There we are, viewers. 3-litre engine, 335 horsepower. Chain driven like the vast majority of BMW engines are. Not that much room to work in it, I suppose, but then again, it's a sports car. What, if you wanted something really practical, buy a 1-litre Igo. Big sort of clamshell bonnet, and this sort of aggressive looking front end. I'm so glad we've got parking sensors on this car, so that it's possible to aid the visibility, which isn't great from when you're inside, but you do get that fantastic feeling of speed and performance, even when you're standing still for some reason. Oh, washer fluids right there. That's interesting. Anyway, I think it's time for me to stop waffling on and go for another drive. You can, of course, if you really want, get the 2-litre model with 254 horsepower, which for me would be absolutely fine. But for the rest of you, particularly those who would have wanted to go sideways out of that junction, this 3-litre model will suffice very nicely. Sound is just amazing. One thing I would say is that I've just been turning around for the drive-by shots that Mr. Bill has very kindly been getting for me, and it's a bit of a handful. You just can't really see anything. What you need is really like a front camera or something like that, but you can't get those. You get a little graphic on the screen, but you don't get a sort of front camera, which is a bit of a shame. Let's just drop it into 6, make sure we're not exceeding the speed limit here, which is a 50. Yeah, it pulls nicely. I can just see, you know, it's very comfortable here. It's a little bit firmly sprung, but then of course it's a sports car, you know, what really do you expect? But going along here at 50, it just wants to go a lot faster than this. And we're doing, I think, 1750 RPM at 50 miles an hour down this road. It is really nice steering. It's probably an electric setup in this, to be honest, but it's a very good one. Brakes are very, very reassuring indeed. It's just an absolute joy. The seat hugs you as you go around these corners. We don't like to kind of think of ourselves in any way, viewers, as like a supercar channel or anything like that. And this isn't really a supercar, but it is a fantastic car. You just heard it blip on the downshift as well. Wonderful. Lloyd Vehicle Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. So thank you for watching this episode of Shambolic SMMT Reviews. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we'll see you again soon for more mildly exotic fun.
Every day with blue skies.